Okay, Ronnie O'Sullivan and controversy go hand in hand. He's proposed a breakaway tournament structure for snooker, his own breakaway competition. But the players he's named as he wants to join his competition, two of them are banned for match fixing and only got banned yesterday and got lengthy bans. And John Higgins. So Yu Liu and Chow Yu Peng got 16 years between them, bans for match fixing. And John Higgins has been accused and investigated for match fixing, and he's not necessarily in the clear because those allegations don't go away. And John Higgins is at the end of his career. He also wants to get Stephen Hendry out of a lengthy retirement to play professional snooker again. I, I love Ronnie O'Sullivan and his maverick style. He's not my favourite cup of tea. And what's interesting is he's not winning all these ranking tournaments. Some young, exciting players, and the parity that is in world snooker now, are all having a go at winning. And he doesn't get on with Barry Hearn. Barry Hearn doesn't get on with him. This is a personal feud between two, powerful men in the sport. But Ronnie O'Sullivan is going to be on the losing side. I cannot see what player would want to play alongside guys who've deliberately thrown games or frames and deliberately not tried their hardest in a match and have been caught out match fixing. I cannot see what player would feel comfortable stood alongside some guy who has admitted to match fixing and having links to organised crime. I cannot see how I was a club player once at pool and snooker. I wouldn't be comfortable if I was playing against a guy who I know was cheating either to win or lose and fix games. I wouldn't want to play. I don't. I've got friends who are in the snooker system and in the pool system, so what is covered by World Snooker and World Billiards Association. Who play and they're semi-pro and they're good players. Would they be happy knowing that two of the guys they'll be on the tour with are known match fixers and are banned from the main competition, but because Ronnie O'Sullivan wants to just give Barry Hearn the finger, flick the Barry Hearn the bird or give him the V sign, that I wouldn't be happy with that. The risk associated with a breakaway competition where there's no guarantee that it's going to be a success. At this point in time, what investors want is certainty. There is no certainty this is going to work, especially with the players that O'Sullivan wants to get on board. What TV companies will be willing to take a risk on this? With Barry Hearn's World Snooker, there is certainty. We know there's going to be a minimum of 20 ranking tournaments a year. We know the player depth is there. We know the game has grown massively in the last decade or so. We know that, there's more parity now in World Snooker than 10, 15 years ago. There's more talent. There's more young kids playing in snooker clubs and pool halls and taking up a queue and playing cue sports. There are more young people doing that. There are more semi-pro or amateur players who are playing on the club circuit who are now getting to these tournaments by qualification and earning a bit of prize money along the way, which means they can then buy a better queue, phone up some sponsor, look, I'm now getting to these tournaments, I've got it on TV once, do you want to sponsor me? Use another sponsor, more money comes into the sport. O'Sullivan is playing a dangerous game, and I think it's a game he's going to lose, and it could completely destroy his reputation. We know he's a maverick, and sometimes that makes him good to watch. Oh yeah, he comes up with some great sound bites, but my God, he's playing with career suicide. And he could be done for bringing the sport to disrepute. He's been critical of Barry Hearn for a while now. Barry Hearn has worked wonders for snooker. Not always positive, I will admit. There are issues, and there are issues with travel time. The amount of travel you got to do for tournaments now. There are issues with, the time away from family. Absolutely. World Snooker could do more with supporting in that sense, by either paying for the travel or supporting, bringing families with, bring the wife along, support the player. Homesickness has been an issue. Mental health has been an issue. They could do more, absolutely. But players were already suffering before Barry Hearn took over. Not enough prize money, not enough players playing competitions, not enough money at the lower levels of the sport, not enough people taking up the sport, dwindling, fandom, dwindling sponsors, and O'Sullivan's then slagged off, hinted that half the fans are plastic fans only watch the big tournaments. They pay your wages, Ronnie. If they don't buy the tickets, don't watch on TV, you don't get paid as much prize money. So he's got to be very, very careful with how he's going along this line of thinking. And most sports, they have this breakaway kind of idea, fail. Only darts succeed, and even then it's been a mixed bag with darts, with the PDA and BDO. It's not perfect with darts. It's actually, I think, possibly worse off with what it is now, with the structure now. boxing has got so many different bloody belts. Unification about this, unification about that. It's like, well, what boxing or soft authority are we under? What, you know? I just don't know. I don't know if O'Sullivan's going about this the right way. If he's had issues within the sport about travel and about time away from family, have those discussions with Barry Hearn and his associates and with the governing body and say, look, we do have concerns. I'm a senior player. You've got to listen to our concerns. I've been playing before you took over the sport. That's the debate that needs to be had, not kind of basically, I'm going to set up my own tournament, I don't like you. And what's going to happen is, they're Chinese players. They're going to be away from home then, aren't they? Which means you're going to have to travel around the world to actually get the money in. So it defeats the argument of saying we're travelling too much when this little breakaway tournament's going to be a travelling circus. I think it's just O'Sullivan being O'Sullivan and being a maverick and just trying to get attention for himself and be in the spotlight. His powers are dwindling as a player. He's still one of the world's best, but there are some really young, talented players on their day can beat him easily. And we've seen him throughout his career. I remember one game, he was winning the match. He goes, oh, I can't be... You actually see him lip read him. He goes, I can't be fucked to play, and he just walks off. He's 4-0 up in the game. He goes, oh, I can't be fucked to play this, and he just walks out. He got fined for that, and rightly so. I feel sorry for his opponent going, well, you know, you could beat me 5-0, I could get back into it, it doesn't matter. I want to play. I want to play the best. No, you're walking out. Well, am I not good enough to play now? That's basically what he's basically saying to the opposition players, like, you're not good enough for me. I'm not, I can't be asked for this. So O'Sullivan's got to be very, very careful with what he does now, and Barry Hearn's got to be very careful in his response. But Barry Hearn's going to win this battle. O'Sullivan isn't. I don't see a lot of other players complaining to Barry Hearn about a lot of things. They have raised concerns saying we could do this better, but O'Sullivan's in a very small minority, and the players he wants to associate with his new tournament have match-fixing allegations or bans against them. So I really don't know what he's getting at here. But his own credibility is getting shot in the process. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.